Best thing on her. I don't know why you can put me down. Shit, I am the shit.
This ain't no regular thing. I came for the ring, you know what I mean. I shoot my shot and it's clean. This for my city, yeah, this for my team. If you talking and talking me nice, I play with all of my life. You see my name in the lights, better get right, I'm champion. The game is in trouble, I've been in my depth for the piece of the puzzle, I got it for real. Still keep me going, I wake up and hustle, you won't see me buckle, I've been in the field. Man of the town, you been in your fields, I'm adjusting this crown. Call me your majesty, either that or your tragedy, we shutting everything down. I've been hot like somebody put a candle on them. Off top, I don't really stand opponents, this mine, the moment is run out and start a bunch of pandemonium. More game, I got some, the skill is bar one, y'all done, the game in the coffin. Referee screen recipes, so think twice if you next to me, it's West. This ain't no regular thing, I came for the ring, you know what I mean. I shoot my shot and it's clean, this for my city, yeah, this for my team. If you talking and talking me nice, I play with all of my life. You see my name in the lights, better get right, I'm champion. It's our repetition, I'm stacking these trophies, I'm good with addition. I spit like a pastor, I give you the vision. Up early morning, enough for the sleeping. My life is a dream, but you wishing you lived it. Haters get livid, my pocket's Pacific, that's deep if you get it. So Tempur-Pedic, I sleep on the critics. Don't feel like competing, I'm hearing these tickets. Whoa, let me switch the flow, a new bounce. Coming to the den with a lion, I'm gon' pounce. Know I've been a king for a while, got a ring and a crown. That's the bling with the blow, what the team is about. Champions, you can tell by the ambience of this sound. Referee screen, rest in peace, and think twice if you never see me, just no doubt. This ain't no regular thing, I came for the ring, you know what I mean. If you talking and talk to me nice, I play with all of my life. You see my name in the lights, better get right. This ain't no regular thing, I came for the ring, you know what I mean. I shoot my shot and it's clean, this for my city, yeah, this for my team. If you talking and talk to me nice, I play with all of my life. You see my name in the lights, better get right, I'm champion.
Guys, as y'all see the thumbnail right there, as we see the thumbnail, we see what's about to happen. Guys, welcome to the basement. We at it again. This is week 1 of the NFL season. We've been waiting all year for this shit. Let's be honest, all season we've been waiting for this moment so we can have the discussion. It's here now, guys. And on the biggest stage, the greatest team in NFL history is playing tonight. Now, I know some of y'all guys go say, man, speaking of somebody, got all my gear. What you got your gear out for, Quint? What you waste your time pulling that ugly ass shit out, man? Look, let me tell you this. You see what it is. I got my bird t-shirt on too. I'm going at 6:30 tonight, guys. And I had to move it up half hour. Great team in NFL play tonight, baby. The Chicago Bears. Huh? We play tonight. Kickoff at 8 o'clock. And I got to be ready, right in front of the TV, ready to go. Now, usually about halftime, I'll go from the office, or maybe in the basement, to the bedroom so I can finish watching the game. Because I know once the game's over, your boy is out like a light. You know what I'm saying? Your boy out like a light. I'm done. But I want to be comfortable. And my wife already knows the deal. Football game on, ain't no talking. No questions there. We good. Now, she does get to ask me questions doing commercials or halftime. But it depending on my mood. If we down, I don't want to talk. What's to talk about? So I had to put that into practice. So last night I'm watching the Bills and the Ravens game. She want to keep on sliding there, asking questions. No. No, game's on. See. That's the rules. Game on, ain't no question asked. Now, go to commercial. You got a chance. Commercial going off, the game back on. No, got to go back on mute. These are the rules and the regulations. You got to set them, guys. She love you, she respect them. She don't, she'll shit on them. Guys, with that being said, man, I'm glad tonight is Monday Night Football. I've been waiting for this all week, all season, ever since April. It's the kickoff for us. We about to have fun, guys. I don't care Quint's a Minnesota Viking fan, guys, for those who don't know. He don't know, but he lost. He been losing for a long time. But for some reason, he's still holding on, just like me in the back. I ain't gonna front. We've been losing for a lot. But I'm still holding on. I'm still staying steadfast. Because one day, hopefully, I'll get to see it. We're going to win again. The Birds are going to win again. I'm not going to tell you it's going to be this season. This may not be the season. It may be the 2026 season. And I'm okay with that. It's been a long time. A long time coming. But I know change going to come. Yes, it is. It's been a long time coming, but I know change gonna come. Well, that's what I'm hoping for. A change gonna come, and hopefully this is the change that we need, and we're gonna start building from here. So all my fellow Bear fans, bear down. You Bear haters, bear down. You Bear prognosticators, you critics, you cloud watchers, bear down. It's all about us tonight. We got a new coach, new mindset, new philosophy, some great new players, great new addition. Some of the old players changed. They getting better. They doing better. Hopefully we are led by a good quarterback in Caleb Williams. And we're going to go from there. We're going to go from there, guys. And I see nothing but great things for us. I see nothing but great things for us. But before we get too far in the Chicago Bears and them sorry-ass Vikings, we got to talk about whatever other things that happened this weekend. So we had a lot of stuff to jump off this weekend, right? We had a lot of things that happened. Guys, do me a favor. Make sure y'all hit that like button. You goddamn right. Push that goddamn button. Hit the like button, brothers. Hit the like button, sisters. I appreciate every last one of you here. And if you watch it on replay, make sure you do me a solid in. You goddamn right. You guys from the other channel, NFL Roundtable, the Just NFL, hit that like button. Guys, do me a favor. I like the engagement, interaction. Make sure you leave me a comment, whether it's doing live or after the show. Let me know what you think about the show. Let me know what I can improve on. Let me know what I did good, what I did bad. I can accept all that. It's all good. It's fun here. And we're here to talk about sports. So that's always fun, right on? But like I said, do me a solid and hit that button. You goddamn right. Hit that goddamn button. Look, I don't ask for a lot of super chats or cash. I'm not that guy. Now, if you choose to do that for me, I appreciate that. And you're going to hear this. Yes, sir. Let it be known. Then I will read your super chat. You send a cash app, I will do the same. I will do the same, I promise you. And I will appreciate any, whether it was $99 to 99 cents, doesn't matter. Every little bit counts, and I greatly appreciate it. But with that being said, let's get to it. So, on Thursday, we had a football game. You know, the first official day of the NFL season, the first official game of the regular season. And what not better than have a big rivalry like we had on Thursday. And that was between the Philadelphia Eagles and them Dallas-ass Cowboys. Now, guys, we all seen the results. We all know what it was. Now, if you're a betting man and you took the under, you came out on top. But if you're a bet man, you took the over, you lost some money. If you're a bet man who took the spread, and you took the Eagles, you lost some money. But if you took them Cowboys, you won some money. They was giving the Cowboys 8.5 points. I knew that wasn't going to cover. I knew it wasn't. It's too many points. Too many points. But there was a lot of other things going on. And before the game really even got started, man, the Jalen Carter situation. Now, to me, that was disrespectful. That's nasty. That's not okay, what he did. You know, for those who didn't know it, didn't see it, Jalen Carter before the first offensive snap, because it was right after the kickoff, Jalen Carter spit on Dak Prescott. Now, that's disrespectful in all forms. There ain't nothing you could tell me any different. That's disrespectful. Now, I did see the footage of Dak spitting in his direction. I did see that. And it's one of those things, you know, what was that his intention, spit in his direction on purpose just to maybe get him going? I don't know. Quentin said that change won't be this year. Quentin, you go to hell. You go to hell where there's no way out of hell. I'm talking about to go to the type of hell with the gasoline jacket on. I love you, my brother, and you my friend any other time, but not tonight. You are a goddamn Vikings fan, and you are the enemy. Taylor says spitting is a fight on sight. Disrespectful. I agree. And that's what happened. Now, Jalen Carter knows better, man. Jalen Carter knows better. You've been in the game for at least 3 seasons now. You know, you can't do that shit, man. Especially when you're a vital piece in the defense. If you was a guy on kickoff coverage, who cares? Now, you don't need to be doing it, but you're not a factor like that. We'll find somebody else to put on kickoff coverage. But the fact that a vital player like Jalen Carter, who's definitely a force on that defensive line, a guy that would ring hell on Dak Prescott all night, didn't get the opportunity to play because of the decision that he made. A dumb decision. Let's keep it honest. It was a dumb decision. But yet he made it, and we see the results. So if they sit there and say, we're going to suspend him for a game or two, I can't fault them for that. He deserves it. If they say we're going to fine him as well, I wouldn't be mad. I wouldn't argue. He deserves it. And if I was his teammates, I would be on his ass. Now, what was you thinking about? How selfish of an individual do you have to be to make that type of decision, knowing you're a vital part of this team? We need you, and we need you to be out there. And you got young guys maybe looking at you, looking up to you, and you making a silly, childish, immature mistake like this. That's not cool. He's definitely going to hurt for me. Now, I probably would have waited to after the game because there's no need of putting all the energy and us trying to play a big rival game like this now. But I would say, Jalen, after the game, I need for you to come in my office. And we got to have a conversation. Quinn said, technically, they counted both of our teams out. So we on the same side. Look, let me tell you this. I'm not going to be on the same side as you, Quinn, because you're a Minnesota Vikings fan, and I told you the enemy today. Now, come tomorrow, no animosity, because I ain't really got that hate for Minnesota like that. My hate is more so for Green Bay. FGB, baby. I ain't got no hate for Detroit. FGB, baby. That's what my hate goes at. But today, the hell with Quentin and the Minnesota Vikings. But yeah, that look. Let me say this. I don't care whatever punishment I get. If they said, man, you get 6 games, I wouldn't argue. I wouldn't have a problem with it. That's how disgusted I am with that shit he did. And you know the crazy thing about it? Game on Saturday between South Florida and University of Florida, which was an upset game, guys, for those that didn't know. A player from Florida did the same thing, spit on another player. This shit's disgusting, man. And I hope this don't become a habit. I hope this doesn't become a habit. Because if that's become a habit, man, that is crazy work. I don't know if y'all seen that highlighted in the Philadelphia game where that offensive lineman slapped the shit out of that defense line. That's what I would have did to little buddy after he spit on me. I would have slapped the shit out of him. Slapped the shit out of him because that's some crazy work. You can't do that, man. Jalen Carter, you can't do that. I don't know that player number 90 from the Florida. You can't do that, man. Nothing about that said professional. Nothing. That's a bad look, man. It really is. And I hated that for him because I like Jalen Carter. I think he's a phenomenal defense tackle. But does he do some childish and dumb stuff? Yes. That's one of the reasons why we didn't draft him, because he had that incident with racing cars and shit like that. He had an incident right before the draft. You know what I'm saying? Some people was really turned off by his behaviors and his antics. And he's a great player. Think about Philly. Philly had the foundation and they had to surround it with great players and veteran players that they can handle that immaturity and bring them in and teach him up and coach him up. He would have went somewhere like Chicago, man. It would have been bad, especially with somebody like Eberflus like we had as a head coach. That would have been good. So you kind of had to pass on him. Now, would I love to have him on my defensive line? Hell yeah, for sure. But you got to look at the big picture. And you got to look at the chemistry of the team, and it just wouldn't be the right thing at that moment for us. So you do what you got to do. Nonetheless, Philadelphia found a way with the great leadership of Jalen Hurt to overcome a player vital such as a player like Jalen Carter from the defense, and he still found a way to win. Unfortunately, those who play fantasy didn't really get the benefit, because I'm hoping that A.J. Brown was going to give me a good game, and he gave me nothing. To go into detail, he got one goddamn catch for 8 yards. That's all I got for him. And it depends on your setup. I only got 1.8 yards. 1.8 points. And in some leagues, you didn't get a full point. Because some people do PPR, you get 1 point per reception, and that's it. He got less than 10 yards, so he didn't get the point for that. Unless y'all do decimal. He's not the only one that laid an egg on me. Jamar Chase. So I had 2 starting receivers who gave me nothing. And I still found a way to win. You know why? Because I had Josh Allen in one league. And in another league, I had Lamar Jackson. And they acted a fool Sunday night. And we'll get to that. We'll still talk about this Dallas game. CeeDee Lamb had a good game, but you know what hurt CeeDee Lamb? 2 catches, opportunities in a row, and he dropped the ball. You can't be getting paid like you looking for as a top 3 or 4 or 5 receiver, and you got 2 back-to-back opportunities, not only to catch the ball, you could also took the lead if you had to make that play. Instead, you did just the opposite. You dropped the ball, and you went over and pouted. Good body language is always something I always teach my son, and I teach other young men. You get judged off your body language. How you look is how people going to perceive you. And he looked bad out there. Even though he had a good game. Had over 100 yards. Had over like 5 catches, I believe. Maybe 5 or 6 catches. But the catches that he really needed to make, he didn't make them. Shame on CeeDee Lamb for not coming through for his team. That was just on Thursday. Unfortunately, during that time period, we had a rain delay. Rain delayed about an hour. kind of slowed it up, slowed the momentum down, because at the end of it, look, let me say this for the guys who took the over. In that game at halftime, you heard me say, that means you got 2 more quarters to go. It was 21-20 at halftime. Now, us gamblers out there thinking, oh, ain't no way they're not going to hit that over. They're going to blow that over out of the water. Probably by at least by 10 points. That's what most people think. And there was only 3 more points scored in that game, and that was by Philadelphia. They kicked the field goal. That's crazy. Final score was 24-20. That was the final score. I said there's no way they won't fit it. I knew they wouldn't cover because you talking about a rival game, 8.5 points. This is Dallas. This is Philadelphia. Yeah, they not gonna cover the 8.5. But I thought they were gonna hit that over easy, and it wasn't the case. I was surprised. It is what it is. Let's move on to Friday's game. So the Friday game was between the the Los Angeles Chargers and the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, that game was on Friday. They playing in Brazil. Now, last season in Brazil, they had some issues with the field, and it was slippery and nasty. A lot of players were about injury. Shout out to Brazil for taking care of that, getting the field ready, getting good turf for them to play on, something that wasn't causing them to slip a lot and possibly get hurt. Shout out to Brazil for making that adjustment. They realized, hey, look here, guys, we got to get it right, guys. Got the opportunity to get in NFL games over here more often. And if we want that, we got to make sure these guys are safe. Make sure they got the proper things they're going to need, whether it's a wet field, the proper cleats, make sure they get the rest and the opportunity to get some good sleep and rest, have them set up for good hotel. They did everything they needed to do. They made a proper adjustment. So I give Brazil nothing but the credit for that. They did what they needed to do. And guess what? It was a good game. At least for the Chargers fans, let me say that. Because my Kansas City Chiefs brother, like my man Taylor Bell, I'm sure he didn't like the results. Because unfortunately, they lost one. Xavier Worthy hurt his shoulder. Now, I don't know I don't know what the update is on him. I don't know if it's one of those things that you're gonna have to miss some time, maybe surgery. It's a day-by-day situation. But one thing I do know, with Rashee Rice already out for 5 more games minimum, you losing Xavier Worthy thinking he's going to step up with the opportunity. Their leading receiver was Hollywood Brown. Now, guys, if you know anything about Hollywood Brown been with 3 different teams in his career already. Started off with Baltimore, went to Arizona, now he's at the Chiefs. Yeah, Hollywood ain't that good, man. He's just not that good. And with that being said, but he had all the opportunities because they was there. When your other big time receiver Rice is out for at least 5 more games, and Xavier Worthy, he may be out a game or 2. Who knows? Somebody got to step up. Now, unfortunately, they didn't give a lot more opportunity for Isaiah Pacheco. I didn't like that. I think he probably should have a few more carries. I know Kareem got a nice little amount, especially for guys who's a backup and is probably starting to get a little long in the tooth. I think more Skyler. I'm not impressed with him. I'm really not. I mean, look, they brought old name, a man from the Blast, like Juju Smith-Schuster. That's crazy work. I remember when he was in Pittsburgh, then he ended up leaving for a while with going to I think it was the New England Patriots, then coming to the Chiefs and then leaving the Chiefs and going back to somewhere else and found a way back to the Chiefs. That's crazy, but hey, opportunity to launch, you got to answer the call to opportunity. And so that's what happens. he got the opportunity to answer the call, man. Unfortunately, he did not do enough to help the team out. You know who did, though? Quentin Johnson. A guy who used to play for TCU back in the days, who had the dropsies. Well, he still got that problem, but he showed his ass the other day. To the point, I've seen some guys on the free agency wire at the fantasy football league going out there picking him up. The guys you looking for a sleeper receiver, Quentin Johnson. Check him out. Now, it might have been a one-off. He might not have another good game like that the rest of his career. But yesterday, he scored 2 touchdowns. He out there looking like a little Jerry Rice. They couldn't guard it, man. But it is what it is. So that was our game on Friday. Not a lot of spark, not a lot of fireworks, not like what we had on Sunday night between the Ravens and the Bills. But, it is what it is. But, it's one of those games. It's a rival game. It's a conference game. And you always want to get, start off on a conference as best as possible. Now, of course, it was a road game for both teams. But that really doesn't matter because now you won it over the conference. Now you got the leg up on the other opponents. Because Denver ended up winning. You know what I'm saying? Denver ended up winning that game. So that was a big win in the conference. The Raiders ended up beating the Patriots, so now they got a big win. So you got 3 teams out of the 4 undefeated in the conference. 1-0. Now, of course, that wins Patriots over the Patriots and over with the Broncos over I'm sorry, I'm drawing a blank. Over the Tennessee Titans. That doesn't mean as much as the Chargers over the Chiefs because it's a conference game. And those are very important. We got a conference game tonight that's very important. Matter of fact, we got 2 conference games in a row. The Bears play the Minnesota tonight, which we're going to win. And then we play the Detroit Lions next Sunday. So those are back-to-back 2 important games that we're going to have to play. But I think the Bears are ready for it. We'll see tonight for sure. For sure. But let's keep going. So we also had the revenge game. And with the revenge game was 2 quarterbacks on the opposite side. With the Jets, who is Aaron Rodgers' former team, and with Justin Fields, which is the Pittsburgh Steelers' former quarterback. They got the opportunity to play each other, and that was a shootout. Great game, a lot of scoring. Final score was Steelers 34, Jets 32. Great game. You couldn't ask much more. Very entertaining. You got your money's worth. It is what it is. Or you could have a game like what the Dolphins played against the Indianapolis Colts, which I didn't see coming. That was one of my 3 of my trifecta. And unfortunately, the Dolphins didn't come to play. I remember somebody one time said that Tua, that Hill and Waddle's the best wide receiver combination. I'm like, who lied and made that statement? Because they surely didn't look like it on Sunday. With that being said, let's keep it going. We had the Jacksonville Jaguars with Travis Hunter. Mainly playing wide receiver, but he's like a backup as a corner. So we had that game. Jacksonville ended up winning 26-10 over the Panthers. We had the Arizona Cardinals. I don't know what's wrong with them. I'm thinking they're gonna blow them out the water, but they ended up winning by 7. But man, it seemed like it was a close game. Nonetheless, they ended up pulling through. And then you had the Giants and the Washington Commanders. Guys, you got a lot of people thinking that the Washington Commanders is going to be their year. You know what I'm saying? You got some guys who are Washington Commanders fans thinking this is going to be the year they're going to overcome Philly and get to the Super Bowl. I don't know about that, but I can see why they're saying it because of the additions that they have. Another year of experience, as well as for the Washington Commanders and Jalen Daniels. I like him. I like his leadership. He does great, and they seem to respect him. So we'll have to see. Another game that was pretty exciting that I got to watch after the Cincinnati and Cleveland game was the Buccaneers and the Falcons. That was a good game. It came down to the wire. The final score was 23-20. The Falcons had an opportunity to tie the game up, but they couldn't do it. They had the field goal opportunity. They had the field goal opportunity, but it went wide right. So that's how it is sometimes. That's how it is. Speaking of which, another wide receiver that let me down, Jamar Chase, who looked like crap out there, but found some way to win between him and Joe Burrows. Congratulations to the Cincinnati Bengals on beating Cleveland Browns. The Las Vegas Raiders beat the New England Patriots 20-13. San Francisco 49ers scraped by Seattle 17-13. The Denver Broncos end up winning 20-13. The Detroit Lions end up taking a tough loss to the Green Bay Packers 27-13. And we have the Los Angeles Rams going against the Houston Texans, and the Rams pull it out. Shout out to the Rams. So like I was saying about the Sunday night game between the Ravens and the Bills, the Bills was down 15 points. Did you hear me, guys? The Bills was down 15 points with damn near less than 6 minutes ago. Brother Sammy, what's going on, big brother? What's my man Smitty come through? I hope you're all is well. Make sure you do me a solid, Smitty. Hit that button. You got that right. Hit that like button. I appreciate it, my brother. But the Bills going back and forth. Late in the game, they down by 15 points, 2 touchdowns, and a 2-point conversion. And I thought Baltimore was just going to bust them up. Henry was running tough. Things were going good for him. He was making plays that they needed to play. Zay Flowers was making some plays. They was doing the thing. Everybody was doing the thing but the Baltimore defense. And when they was really needed to be bowing their back and showing that they got some they got some goddamn nuts, they folded like a launcher. They folded like a launcher, and once again, it's another blemish on Lamar Jackson's record. Now I know my Baltimore fans, they like to come over and visit me and hang out with me every once in a while and share with me and post some disparaging super chats and subjects. That's okay. I love you anyway. But it does put a black eye on Lamar. For some reason, Lamar can't beat these dudes. He can't beat the Josh Allen. He can't beat the Patrick Mahomes. And for some reason, these big games, it seems like he's scared. He crumbles under the pressure. He's not built for this. At least that's what it seemed like. Because he's not doing anything to prove me otherwise. When you up by 15 less than damn near 6 minutes ago, how do you lose? Why do you stop scoring? We know your defense didn't show up all game. So that's a given. But at least, what happened to your offense, man? That didn't make sense. And it showed it on Sunday night. And that's why they was yelling out MVP when Lamar was doing great things. No, dog. The real MVP showed up. His name is Josh Allen. And he did his damn thing. Ain't wasn't nothing they could do about it. They had to respect his gangster. With that being said, shout out to the Buffalo Bills for winning 42-41. Lamar better start taking some 41-40. Lamar better start taking some notes. Lamar better start taking some. You can't rely on certain things for these young players, man. And this, unfortunately, it happened to Lamar. I don't know what's it going to take to have him turn that corner, man. Make it to a Super Bowl. That's going to justify your career right there. That's going to determine how great of a player you really are. Now, look, we can't front. Lamar's good. Lamar's a great player, and he's going to be in the Hall of Fame someday. But Lamar's going to forever have that thorn in his side, man. Because what Lamar can't do is win in big games. He can't come through in the clutch. He finds ways to choke and blow it. And you want to be a guy that you want people to talk about your name forever? You can't do that. That's not going to help you at all. At all. So with that being said, Lamar better get his stuff together. Got to get stuff together, Lamar. You got to finish the game. You got to close it out. See, I've been seeing Lamar ever since his days of playing at U of L. He's 1-2 in the bowl game. I think he's like 2-4 or 2-5 in the post game in the NFL. And that's not going to cut it. It's not going to cut it. So we all know you the greatest regular season quarterback, but when it comes to playoff time, you don't live up to your shine. So what's excuse going to be after this season? Huh? What's going to be your excuse after this season? After this season, y'all don't go to the Super Bowl. After this season, y'all come up short and lose in the first or second round. What's going to be your excuse then? What reasons are you going to come up with on why you didn't do that? That don't make sense to me. But with that being said, let's keep it going. Because, guys, we had college games on Saturday. And like I said, one of those college games was the Florida Gator going against South Florida. Now, that was a good game. I was surprised about the results. It is what it is. But that was a good game. South Florida took care of business, won 18-16. So congratulations to South Florida. Unfortunately, my football team laid an egg, had a chance to beat that team again. Ole Miss. Ole Miss is a good team, but we couldn't finish the game. Speaking of my team, me and baby girl is going to the game next week. Next Saturday, it's a night game, 7:30. We're making that road trip to Lexington to go watch Kentucky play against Eastern Michigan. Hopefully we come out with a win. We can celebrate. And it'll be a nice, happy trip on the way home. I was happy for Archie Manning. He had a bounce-back game. He had I think 4 touchdowns in the first half against San Jose State. Utah State played against Texas A&M, and Texas A&M won. Texas Tech beat Kent State. Indiana played against Kennesaw State and won 56-9. Penn State beat FIU. Illinois beat Duke. Now, let me say this about Illinois. Illinois is pretty good, man. Illinois is pretty good, man. I like that coach down there. He's doing great things. So shout out to Illinois for winning. Let me say this. Illinois can beat what Indiana was last season. You know what I'm saying? Illinois can beat that. They got some good players, good coaching. I can't wait to I can't wait to see that in a couple games. Let me pull up the Illinois schedule. I'm sorry. So next week they play against Indiana on September the 20th. After that, they got a bye week. Then they got not a bye week, but they play USC. Then they got Purdue. Then they got Ohio State. That's definitely going to be a good game. They got Washington. Then they got Rutgers, Maryland, Wisconsin, and then of course at the end of the season, Northwestern. Man, they got some winnable games, man. I don't know how they're going to pan out against Ohio State or that a game against Indiana. But I like what they're building over there, man. I really do. So we'll see how that goes. The last thing I really want to talk about is my survival picks and my bets. Guys, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not going to win every game. I'm going to tell you right now, I ain't going to front. I ain't going to win every game. But, you know, I like to have fun with it. Play responsible. That's what I'm going to tell you. When you bet on games, be responsible. Don't go out there and mess around and give up your house payment, your car payment, your rent, your insurance, and nothing like that. You know, don't try to go to the poorhouse and try to bet these games. But with that being said, be responsible. If you can't afford to lose it, don't bet it. If you cannot afford to lose it, do not bet it. So, guys, what I did last time, I'm doing like I did last time, and I'm going to drop a video on it. I did end up dropping a video on Sunday morning for my survival pick and as well as my 3-team parlay. Big Ant 11, glad to see you here. What up, Hank? And respect to the Eagles, Yankees, and the Lakers in 5. But she Big Ant 11 ain't shit. I hear you, Big Ant 11. I hear you, brother. But my 3-team parlay, for those who does not know, ended up coming up short. So here it is. This is my 3-team parlay. I took the Dolphins, I took the Jags, and I took Arizona. Unfortunately, the Miami Dolphins let me down. Unfortunately, the Miami Dolphins let me down. Nonetheless, it was shot in the wind, took a shot at it. It just didn't work for me. And that's okay. It happens like that. Now, my survival league, I have had 2 leagues, end up losing one of them. So now I got to just go off based off the one I had. So I took Arizona Cardinals to beat the Saints. So as you see, I exit out. So I exit out. That reminds me that I can no longer use the Arizona Cardinals as a team I'm going to pick to win. Now, I would never pick them to win another game. So I had to get that out of my way quick, fast, and in a hurry. So this week is coming up. Haven't decided on who I'm going to select in my survival league, but I will definitely drop a video and let you guys know. Hopefully y'all could benefit from it. You are correct. Terrence Crawford fight this weekend. So it should be a good fight. By the time I come back from the football game, the fight should be on. So by the time I come back from the football game, the fight should be on. I'll probably end up on my way home, listen to the post game after the football game. So we'll you know, it'll be all good. Looking forward to riding down there. Let's see. From where I live at now, Lexington is probably about an hour and 15 minutes. from my house. So it's not a long trip. Not a long trip at all. So me and baby girl gonna have fun down there in Lexington. So I forgot I didn't have it. I didn't have the thing up. My bad. Me and baby girl will be heading down there to go check out the Kentucky Wildcat football team. Looking forward to that game. It should be entertaining. Hopefully, like I said, we come out with a win. We'll see. Normally, I get to go to 1, sometimes 2 football games a season. So this is one of the ones I'm going to go to. I try to make sure I do all the games. I try to go to the games before my son's basketball season starts. So I got all the way to October the 28th to make my second one, if I even go. May not, who knows. Looking forward to trying to get down to a Bears game. The Bears do play Cincinnati at Cincinnati. It should be a good game. Might try to do that one for sure. But hoping my wife could come up and get these tickets for me to go watch the Bears play the Cowboys. She already know the task. I'm waiting for her to make that call. But yeah, so as far as the college game this week, man, there's a few good matchups that I'm definitely going to be interested in. Like I was saying earlier, I'm not a big fan of betting college because college, I just not a big fan of it. I'm gonna leave it at that. But the matchups that we have this coming week should be a great one. So one of the matchups I like is the Georgia and Tennessee game, a big rival in the east side of the SEC. So that should be a good matchup. This South Florida, who's ranked 18th now, is going against number 5 Miami. I think that'll be a decent matchup. Another good game that I'm looking forward to is the Saturday night game. Unfortunately, it's playing at the same time as Kentucky plays at night, and it's Texas A&M versus Notre Dame. So those are the games that I will be interested in this week, seeing how they all plays out and everything. I think it'll be a good game to go watch or go see if you had the opportunity doing it. Make sure y'all definitely check in. As far as the NFL, week 2, there's some matchups that I like. Not gonna give away my 3-game parlay just yet. I got some more research to do first, and I'm not gonna give away my survivor pick as well. I got some more research to do. But the one thing I do like, right? I'm gonna be interested in these 2 games, and I'm gonna be watching real closely. One of them is that Commanders and Packers game on Thursday night. And another game I'll be interested in for a different reason. And that's that no, I'm sorry, I just got distracted. Is that the Bears-Lions game. Now, that's another division game that we got to play. Watching Detroit the other day going against Green Bay, they didn't look too good. They didn't look too good at all. I mean, you can tell they was missing their assistants. The Ben Johnson for offense and Aaron Glenn for defense. You could definitely see that was the case. Quinn said, what do you think about Florida State? Florida State. That's a big win over Alabama last week. I mean, we had a first week. I believe they had a bye. Did they play last week? I don't see them on her. I didn't see I don't know. Did they? No, they play East Texas A&M. That is some nasty work. They get the opportunity to play these sorry ass bottom feeder teams. But then, let me say this about Florida State. Coach from Florida State was on the hot seat last season. He was on the hot seat. But this year seems like it's going to be a pretty decent year. The good thing about Florida State's in the ACC. And if you know anything about football, ACC is terrible in all sports, it seems like, but especially in football. I mean, especially in football. They're bad in basketball, but especially in men's football. Football, because that's all I got. Let me say this. They're going to be out there looking good against these bad teams like Texas A&M, El Paso, Pine Bluff. They're going to look like world beaters against them. They look dominant against a down Alabama team. Test's going to show when they play against Clemson, when they play against Miami's, maybe even Notre Dame. That's going to show a lot right then and there. I said basically they had a bye week. I know that's right. When you playing against teams like East Texas A&M, I know you had a goddamn bye week. That's some nasty work. Big Ann said, if a woman gives me a bear ticket, we breaking up on spot. Well, Big Ann, Levy, you ain't good enough. You ain't worried enough for a bear ticket, so that's why you ain't got one. Go to hell. Oh, shut. But as far as Florida State, the fortunate thing for them, like I said, they're in ACC. ACC's not good. You got a couple teams in ACC that you really got to compete with, but the rest of them, they not even worth right home about. So they got a chance. They got a chance of doing great things in that conference because it's so soft. So look, I even said it's up to a 3-team. It's a 3-team race. Florida State, Clemson, and Miami. The other teams, whatever. Schools like U of L, okay, whatever. That sounds good. But that's not it. So, like I said, they got a good chance to represent the ACC. Again, they had to stay healthy because last time they did do these things, great things, they end up not making it to the championship because of injuries. And we all see what happens with the bowl game a couple years ago when they played against the Michigan Wolverines. They said, "Nah, we can't let them go, man. But you can go to this bowl game." And then you get blasted. Yeah, that's some ugly work right there. But that's a reality. Notre Dame don't want their quarterback to throw for whatever reason. Yeah, they did baby him. But they did Archie Manning the same way, and I didn't like that. They didn't even try to hide. It was blatantly obvious they was doing that. It was blatantly obvious that they was not going to open up the playbook for Archie Manning. And for that young quarterback at Notre Dame. Look, guys, if you're going to play with young guys, you got to let them play. You got to let them work through the mistakes, learn from the mistakes, and move on. And coach them up. That's what you got to do. You keep on trying to overly protect him like a mother does a kid by putting bubble wrap on everything. That's not good for him. Not in my opinion. Not at all. If you decide you're going to play these young players, let them play. Let them make mistakes, you know what I'm saying? Make sure you're coaching them well, stay on them so their confidence don't, fall all the way to the ground, but allow them to make mistakes and learn from them. So we'll see how that pans out for them. I don't know. But this coming week, man, we don't have a lot of big matchups. But the matchups we do have, I think they're important, especially for the higher-ranked teams who's trying to really show that they are worthy enough to be in that position. But, you got the number 6 Georgia plays Tennessee. That's a conference game. That's a rival game. You don't know what the result going to be. But like I said, when I seen that Texas A&M and that Notre Dame, I like that matchup. I like that matchup a lot, and I can't wait to hopefully catch a little bit of the highlights because I won't see the game because I will be at another game playing at the same time. But nonetheless, it is what it is. But guys, tonight, let's get to it. Tonight's game is very important for Chicago Bears. First things first, one of the main reasons it's important because it's a conference game. And with that being said, the defending conference champ has already got one loss on their record. Detroit Lions lost to the Green Bay Packers, so they're already 0-1. And we play them next Sunday. So to send them both 0-2 is and the Chicago Bears be 2-0. There would be a great opportunity for us to win the division, at least giving us the head start. I know it's early on the season, too early to even say that, to get some type of lock or feel comfortable about that. It is what it is. But I tell you, I cannot wait for the game tonight. It's a big game. Unfortunately for the Bears, we have a lot of guys not playing. So let me list off some of the guys that are going to be out for tonight's game. So Jalen Johnson, DB, Casey Keenum, backup third-string quarterback, TJ Edwards, linebacker, Shamar Turner, defensive lineman, Kyle Gordon, DB, Roshan Johnson, and Kareem Al-Magadi, all not playing tonight. I hate that, but that is what it is. Look, it's a long season. Let's be real. It's a long season, so we got a lot of games ahead of us. It's 18 weeks, so missing one game, we got to do what you got to do. You got to do what you got to do. So missing one game it's not going to make or break us, right? It's not going to stop us and keep us out of the playoff, but we also need for them to be healthy. And part of being healthy is maybe you don't play in this game and maybe wait till the next one. It is what it is. But I think we'll be fine. I think we still could win that game even without those players. I hate to see TJ Edwards not playing in that game because he's a real factor on defense, him and Jalen Johnson. Two positions that are very important, cornerback and linebacker. So hopefully we got some guys that can step up, next man up mentality. That's how it's always been. So next man got to step up, take advantage of the opportunity. Guys always talk about they won't play in time. Well, this is opportunity. When you got guys that injured, opportunity is going to be there. You got to take advantage of it. Shit to get out the pot. That's how it rolls around here. It is what it is. I'm looking forward to the night. Kickoff is in 30 minutes. I'm about to get myself mentally, emotionally ready to go for this game. But guys, before I go, before I log off, before I end this stream, I need for you guys to do me a solid in. You goddamn right. Push that goddamn button. I appreciate you. Push that goddamn button. I appreciate every last one of you. So, guys, with that being said, unfortunately, I'm sure I said it earlier, I'm going to end up going a quick, fast, short stream tonight because of game night and because I got to get out there and start rooting for my birds, bird down. Y'all know how it is. Because I want to make Quentin mad and at least show my beautiful face before I get to the game. But I will be doing a show on this Wednesday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 Central. So y'all make sure y'all tune in. We're going to do another reaction show from Pop the Bloom, episode 38, Love Mountain Edition. That's what we're doing this Wednesday. So make sure y'all tune in. I appreciate every last one of y'all. But before I go, I got to acknowledge a super chat from one of the biggest haters on this side of the Mississippi. Shout out to Big Ann 11. He said, Mrs. Hink, keep an eye on Hink this football season. This year might break him. Hate to see a grown man cry. God damn. That's some nasty work. But that's okay, Big Ann 11. It's okay. You know why it's okay? Because my bird's going to be all right. Whether God is what you say, brother, you's a hater. And the only thing I can do is send prayers up for you. And that's what I'll do. With that being said, I appreciate your $10 super chat. You didn't have to. You chose to. And I appreciate that blessings. Thank you, sir. And not only that, my brother, I appreciate and I thank you for your service. Right on. With that being said, I appreciate Big Ann 11 for the $10 super chat. I appreciate every last one of you guys being here tonight. It's football season, guys, and that's what we all here for. That's what we're here to talk about, and we're going to have fun doing it. Looking forward to the rest of the season and looking forward to chopping it up with you guys. Like I said earlier, hey, guys, do me a solid. I appreciate the engagement in the chat, but I also appreciate when you leave comments after the show. So, guys, if you watch it on replay, leave me a comment. Let me know how I did. If I did great, let me know. If I did terrible, let me know that too. If I did just okay, I can accept that. Constructive criticism, I'm here for it. I'm here for it. With that being said, I'll catch you on the next one. Right on.